Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai, and sitting on my left, Linda Brooks Curtis, and our hostess, Patti, with our mascot, Pee-wee, and our special guest on my right is Jennifer Sawyer, right? That's how you pronounce that?
Love it.
So we're just going to have fun doing this, another edition of Asaph Cafe. This time I'm going to start off with our traditional Burt Bacharach's This Guy's in Love with You, our theme song. I just love this song. It's such a neat song.
I think you play it because when you look at the girls, they just have to catch on, huh?
I don't know. I've played this for Jennifer too at the library.
See, I told you.
It's a good song.
It's the title that's touching the most.
Yeah.
Are you at home? Are you at home here? Not really. Did you have a good lunch?
It reminds me of Promises. Isn't that
I thought of it.
Burt Bacharach also?
I see.
No more water. Okay, we're done with the water. You want to dance? Should we dance?
That would be nice to see you and Pee-wee trying to dance on
You want to
that.
dance? Shall we
Oh,
dance?
I'm sure they could.
We'll play
Let's
Wang
see,
Chang here real soon.
How much is that dog in the window?
I'm not fooling you, huh? I gotta really have to do that. Okay. She's caught on quickly. Good girl. She just kept doing this.
Your moment of fame, Pee-wee.
Yes, Pee-wee, our
She was
little
just nodding her
mascot.
head right along.
I know, right?
She's on measure.
Well, let's see.
You know how you can tell an Irish dog?
How's that?
They eat all your French fries.
Oh, okay.
Huh, Pee-wee?
Because they have potatoes in them.
Yes. Potatoes.
Does your plaid jacket have anything to do with the content of this show?
No, I just decided to put it on. That's all. Just want to put on a
And
jacket.
I feel so good when I wear my Glen plaid jacket.
Yeah. Well, you look great. So, this is actually my Johnny Carson jacket. This is a Johnny Carson jacket from the.
It could be an
Carson
Irish
collection.
moment still, because plaid's part of the deal.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, when Carson
Showing
was,
your teeth at me?
when Carson was in his heyday, he had a
They're so
clothing
clean,
line
they
of
will-
men's jackets that were really,
They
really
could glow in the
nice.
dark at this point.
And I happen to have one. I don't wear this jacket often, so
So we are honored to see it.
yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
Wearing my Carson jacket. Thank you. How does that?
And
theme song go?
here's Asaph. You go,
I don't know how
Asaph.
to
You
play
go.
that song.
You go, boy. You go.
The theme song to Carson Show.
I don't remember.
See, that's that. Yep,
Something like
that's
that.
the way it goes. Yep, yep.
I never actually played that.
Well, I thought Patti was going to lead us in a round of tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Thanks for
Speaking
reminding
of
me.
Irish optimism,
And I just see the,
Orphan Annie
have
here.
you seen the movie Annie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
The words to tomorrow by chance?
No,
Okay, well.
I don't know the.
My middle
I'll
name
play
is
it.
Ann, so we'll not wear it out.
And I'll come in on the chorus.
Okay.
Tomorrow, bet your bottom.
Let's do it again. Take 2.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar there'll be sunshine. Just wait and see. Just thinking about tomorrow chases all the cobwebs and the sorrow. Come on, May, when I think of a day that's gray and cloudy, I just lifted my chin and grin and say,
I don't know that part if you're doing it. Is that part of it?
tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
You know what I think I'm going to do? Impromptu.
And here's
Did you take your
Sandy.
chair here?
Sandy Pee Wee.
Okay. Yeah, he was on the chorus and you were on the verse.
Right here.
Okay.
You're going to be the special guest. You can
hard to
slide
get.
that
That's what
table
happens.
over
Hard
if
to
you
get
want and just put it up
the rhythm.
like that and sit here.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, he didn't know you were going to sing a second verse, I guess.
Oh.
Have a seat.
Okay, right
My
here.
Sandy Pee
Okay.
Wee. That's
You're
the Irish
special
doggy.
guest because I'm going to serenade you.
Okay.
Here you would do a jig, but she don't know how, so we'll try it.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm not on there now. Asaph.
Yes, you are. On the.
I can't, no.
So this is what's going to make this show interesting is changing the camera in the middle of taping.
You gotta go over still a little bit more.
Well, how about if I scoots it up more?
No.
Well, according to the camera, you're there.
Nope.
But the monitor is not showing Patti or.
I know, I realize
Pee-wee.
that.
Yeah, go out that way and over a little bit. Okay, there I am. Now Jennifer's not there.
Okay, all right, we'll get that straight. This is going to be our what we call
This is the
blooper
back.
moment again.
Yes, this is our background scenes before things happen.
Come on, Jennifer, we'll put you here again.
Okay. Sorry.
It's a close-knit family show.
Okay.
But
Scoot up more.
Trying with Irish
Okay.
tradition a little bit.
as we told you, however, this is a work
It's
in
an impromptu
progress.
show anyway, so it doesn't make any
And a work
difference.
in progress does not have to be perfect.
That is correct.
We
There.
Irish folk here
There you go.
are just winging it. So there we are.
There we go.
Okay.
It's kind of like Saturday Night
Pee-wee
Live
has
when it
wings.
started years ago. It was in an apartment with Lorne Michaels and the not ready for time people like John Belushi, Robin Williams, Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner, and a few others.
Now we'll pick up where we left off. We'll call this our blooper moment number 2. First we had the other blooper moment, so this setting up our scene in the middle of the show. We'll call that our blooper moment, our Irish blooper moment.
Take
our
2.
St. Patty. No, we don't have to do take 2. We'll pick up where we left off. Let's do that tomorrow again.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar there'll be sunshine. Just wait and see. Just thinking about tomorrow chases all the cobwebs and the sorrow. Come on, May, when I think of a day that's gray and lonely, I just lifted my chin and grin and say,
That's better.
Thank goodness for Ginger.
Well, I have to admit, I've never actually done a show where we rearrange right on camera. So
We
it's gonna
harmonize
be
lovely, don't we?
Interesting.
She's Scottish and I'm Irish. There we are.
And what
She's
would
my
she? What
cousin.
would Jennifer be? Would she be Scottish too?
Yes, yes. Today she will be Irish
Yeah,
Scottish.
she's
She's our St. Patty's Day guest.
Okay, that's a good one. Well, listen to that coming through the rye again. I'll do this just for Jennifer. There you go. Just for you. Oh goodness, that's a fun one to do. Speaking of that song, you didn't see the movie Private Buckaroo, did you? I meant to mention it in the other show. Mary Wicks, do you remember her? The
Yes.
little tall actress. She plays Bonnie Bell in this movie, and so when they introduce the Andrews sisters on the bass, she comes up with this ukulele singing that "Coming Through the Rye," but she gets interrupted by her boyfriend, who is excited that the Andrews sisters are there, and that didn't sit well with Mary Wick's character. So just wanted to share that. But she did sing that song. She's like, "Oh la 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 la," and she was strumming on the.
When a laddie meets a lassie. Coming through the rye.
Yeah, Coming Through the Rye. That's it. You just made me think of something. I'm gonna play a song. You tell me if you know it. All three of you. I'll play it.
Okay.
Lassie.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd like to go see the Celtic Women. They're coming over to Bozeman.
really?
They're going to be at Bozeman.
Oh,
PBS
wow.
is doing ticket sales, if anybody's
Wow.
When is that concert?
I'm interested too.
It's coming up soon. This Sunday, PBS will be getting ticket sales, so contact PBS.
Are they gonna be performing on the 17th?
I don't know, but it will be next week.
Okay.
Close to
Next week.
that. Yeah, they'll be coming. They're going to be in Bozeman and putting on a concert.
Now, Jennifer, I'm gonna give you a chance to say hi to everyone.
How
Just
much
look at that
will they
camera and
cost, do you
wave.
think?
Is anyone gonna say hi to you?
$20.
Oh, well.
I can handle that.
I'd like to say
Yeah,
hi
if
to
you have transportation, I can get a ticket.
Oh, really?
probably if there's anyone watching.
They will be. Just give you a chance to say hi. Just
But
wave
it's
on
okay.
that camera and say
Have a
hi.
good day. Good day.
Now, Jennifer, when you look right in the camera,
Okay.
it's your friend, and
Okay.
you look good.
Thanks. You as well. Both of you look nice. I like your shirt too.
Thank you. It's the new American flag. It's covered with Benjamins and Washingtons.
That's what you said. I didn't get to see it because I was sitting
Yeah.
on the side.
You have a whole bunch of Benjamins right here, these, and then you have George somewhere in here. But it's mostly Benjamins.
Yeah.
This is the Benjamins.
There's so much more to America than money.
There is, but it's green.
Well, that's the kind of green you like to have if you can afford to have it.
It's one of
That's
those
why my wallet
necessity
is
tools that keeps circulating. You know, it's kind of funny. I always thought, a lot of women say, I don't want to date an old man, but why do they keep the old men in their purse then? The Bens, the Lincolns, the Washingtons. They just fold them up and stack
How
them
about
away.
Turalura Lubra, since you know it?
You gonna answer? Can you tell me why? No, I'm gonna bury my head on
Oh, I
thing.
know
I'm an
that one.
ostrich. My dog's
Okay.
become an ostrich. My dog's now part ostrich. She's burying her head in the sand.
Would you like a raisin? All of my animals like raisins.
Raisins.
Oh yeah, I'm a racing type of girl. Hand in mine, 'cause I got you and baby you'll be mine.
It gave song came to mind.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe. spring. I got you.
That's cute.
To hold
You
my
are
hand.
ring. And everything. Oh, there goes our. I don't know the rest of the words, cause I'm just a dog. There we go. Put your little hand in mine. Baby, I got you. You got me. Babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I have a sing along for our TV audience.
All right.
Tooraloo-raloo-ra.
I'll have to follow you. I know
You
of
know
this
it.
song.
I'll start the verse and you can play the chorus. Over in Killarney, many years ago, my mother sang this song to me in a voice so sweet and low. Just a simple little ditty in her sweet old Irish way. And I'd give the world if only I could hear her sing today. Tooraloo-raloo-ra, tooraloo-ra-hey, tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. That's an Irish lullaby.
Oh, that's a nice attempt anyway.
And Pee-wee's
Pee-wee didn't like
Pee-wee's
being the
getting
baby.
around. We're not
Maybe we
done.
ought to have Jennifer play with Pee-wee on camera and see.
Yeah, that would be fun. You need some raisins.
I know Peter's hyper.
She's gone. I'm after
Would you
the
like
gold.
to play with him on camera for a moment?
Okay, so what do I do?
Patty, will you bring Pee-wee to our...
Pee-wee,
Okay.
would you like to go see the
She'll
the
play with
Jennifer?
you. She's very young.
She's very confused because you look like Melanie. We
And
have a friend
she's
named Jennifer.
friendly.
So
Oh,
she's
okay.
kind of confused about that.
Okay.
She's very friendly.
I'm not going far.
let's see, we had to...
I'm
let's
right
have
here.
her...
I'm not
Hey,
going
Jennifer,
far.
why don't you just do this? I'll do the tango.
Oh, watch out for the microphone.
Okay. Whoops.
Have her face the camera and
There we
let's let her do the tango.
Oh, I do.
No,
mad.
keep her, hold her.
Oh, okay. She's getting mad.
There
She
we
just
go.
like jumped. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
We'll do it from her post.
I don't want to hurt her. She's like stuck right here.
Here we
And
go.
then she jumped. Pee-wee.
Oops.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
She's on her piano bench.
She
Her
wants to do
dance
the
platform.
There we go.
She looks crazy.
And Pee-wee does the tango.
Because I'm so hot.
You ought to be in picture. And can you believe it? 20 minutes has gone by already.
I'm serious.
I'm serious. 20 minutes has already gone by. Time flies when you're having fun.
Why
Time keeps
don't we
on
sing You
ticking,
Ought to Be in
ticking,
Pictures?
ticking
Do you know it?
into the future.
I can fake my way through it if
Do
you
you know the words to You Ought to Be in Pictures?
I think
A
it goes
little
something
bit.
like this.
A
Doesn't it
little
go
bit.
something like this.
You ought to be in pictures. That's all I know. You ought to be in pictures. You're the person personality, and I'm winging
Somewhat,
it.
I don't know. I don't really know that one well enough.
I'll wing
that's all
it,
right.
I can improv.
Why
I
don't
can
you do
sing to
things you know and we'll guess them?
Well, I don't know a lot of Irish songs, I have to admit. I don't have a lot. I'm kind of embarrassed.
I love the song "You Raised Me Up" because when I hear
Oh,
it, I
yeah.
just get so sad because it's about a child that realizes that if
All right,
it
why
hadn't
don't you
been
just
for
start
the
in that
father.
first part of that song then? Just start singing. I'll try to come in on that. See.
How does it start on the verse? I can't remember.
When I am weary. It's almost like the other song.
I don't know how to play that.
Why
if
don't
just
you
start
sing the
singing-
chorus once and then go into the verse and you'll remember
Okay,
the verse?
okay.
Yeah,
that might help.
Try that.
You raised me up to stand on mountains. You raised me up to storm all the seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raised me up to be more than I can be. That's all I can remember.
I was figuring out the chorus. You want to try that chorus again?
Sure. Raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raised me up so I can storm the seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raised me up to be more than I can be. And there is one part in that song though where you actually just after you get past the verses you just repeat the chorus again and again.
Okay.
And then they threw in when I listen to Celtic Women, they throw in the whole entourage, so it's a big to do. But it's overwhelming because it's a beautiful song and it just teaches people that you've got to lean on your dads once in a while to
Okay.
get there. It shows that their strength is what makes the family strong and the children strong.
And I actually thought it was about a relationship with Christ.
Oh, I didn't know that. Me with the words and everything, and the way I always hear either Josh Groban sing it or the Celtic Women sing it. It basically is the point of view of the child on how they're so grateful that they had such a good dad to lead them through all the rough times and make them strong no matter what, so they could stand their own. And I think that's who composed that and wrote that was really thinking. I think it was very good.
I don't know why I just decided to play that. So.
Putting on the Ritz.
Do you know that Mark Harris number? Oh dear. You know what I'm thinking of.
Not at the moment.
The King and I?
No. Lift. It's we lift. No. I
Oh,
remember it. You use it for graduations and stuff like that.
you talking about the pomp and ceremony graduation song?
No, it's the Mark Harris song.
Sorry, it doesn't ring a bell at the moment.
I
I'll
know.
do the graduation
I don't know
song.
why I'm blanking on it. Do the graduation song. Pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, that's an English song.
Well, do we have any pomp and circumstance? We have
We have a lot of pompous.
We have Asaph in his magnificent suit jacket.
I'm sure if we went out, we could find a few pompous guests. They're in the mix. They're in the
Wings.
mix.
It has the word wings in it.
You lift me up. Lift me above the wings, or
No. I used to play it all the time.
I don't know why I'm playing this song.
Because
soon you will be graduates of Montana. Missoula U of M. He's playing this for you, Jennifer. Keep this.
I'll
in
tell you a
mind.
true story about that graduation song. When I was in high school, we had this Mexican kid, Hispanic kid, who was a very good trumpet player. His name was Caesar, and he could scream to high heaven. Higher than any other musician in the entire class. He could just scream way up into the stratosphere, right?
on his trumpet.
On his trumpet, yeah. He was a trumpet
Cool.
player. His name was Caesar, he was a Hispanic kid on the trumpet. And so we did this rehearsal before the graduates came out, and they had that don, da 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 da, you know, little fanfare thing. And then you get to the top note, and Caesar took it way up into the stratosphere.
And everybody else was behind.
Well, this is before it started, see? He did it on purpose, and it didn't sit well with the band teacher. The band teacher said, all right, you don't hit that high note when we get to that part. This is a graduation ceremony, right? And what does Caesar do? He waits until the graduates come out. Oh, we're doing a fanfare. Right when we get to that note, he screamed way up there. And you couldn't stop it because the graduates are already out. And I remember thinking to myself, right on.
What were you playing?
I was just in the background, you know, but watching this kid, and I just thought it was cool.
That's a real good send-off.
Thought it was cool.
That was a good send-off.
You know, before the graduates got their diplomas, and the teacher was sitting there like this, all ticked, you know, but he couldn't stop.
Keep in measure. You know what really would probably be bothering the band teacher right now is if Caesar was a famous trumpet player. Oh my God, that would get her.
Well, I haven't seen him since graduation. No telling what he went on to do. He was just an interesting trumpet player. He was one of those kids that could just scream high notes and stay up there. And another thing that we used to do in band class, or I should say the trumpet players used to do, and the French horn players, they would switch mouthpieces when the band teacher was looking. So the trumpet players would put their mouthpiece into the French horn. So when the band teacher would come in there, the trumpet players had French horns in their hands, and they'd scream these high notes on the French horn and drive the band teacher nuts.
I know what you've been up to. That doesn't measure out.
Yeah, we just made our band teacher's life miserable when I was in high school.
Sounds a little bit like P.D.Q. Bach.
And see, what happened to me is I would go in after lunch and I'd be messing around on the piano because I would recognize, I play by ear, so I recognize what we're playing. And I fooled our teacher, Mr. Barthelmess. I went to Hellgate High School, and he seriously thought I could play the piano, and he wanted me to play the spring concert. I'm like, I can't. He goes, what? I said, well, to me, notes look like kind of like dead flies on a fence. I'm not going to be able to do this. I just know the black keys are flat, you know, or sharp, and the white keys are flat.
Yeah, we did a lot of crazy things in the band when I was in school, and it was just funny. You couldn't get away with that in college, obviously, at the conservatory, but in high school, you can get away with it.
Well, and DeVry University is kind of a boring college, so yeah.
And you know, if you're in high school, the band teacher was always the last to know.
Take it off.
You know what I mean? He was like, you'd be setting him up all the time, and you never knew what the students were going to do. And like, we used to do this song by the Carpenters, Close to You. And there was one part where they had this note that was sustained up there. And so what the trumpet players used to do is when they got to that note, they'd go like a half step down while everybody else was playing the note. And it would sound way off key and just drive that poor band teacher crazy. So,
As long as they got the la 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 part.
yeah. But you know, I went to that phase in high school. I didn't like to practice, and we had this thing every Friday. We had to do those scales. Now I recommend doing scales, but when you're a kid, you don't want to do scales. You just want to play songs.
You have to stay.
And so each student, like the band teacher would say, I want you to play this C minor scale or this scale here, and they were all playing the same scale, right? And so I wait till the last minute and memorize it so that when it got to me I could play it. And the teacher figured that out. So what he did was he didn't tell me that when he got to me he was going to switch scales. And so when he got to me, okay, Asaph, I want you to play this scale here. And I couldn't play it at the time. And that's how he caught me and knew I wasn't practicing.
What instrument was that?
Pardon?
What instrument?
I tried taking trumpet lessons when I was a kid. I wasn't good at it. But I could at least get some notes out of the thing at the time.
You have to have a lot of hot air to get it going.
Well, I knew how to play the piano all along anyway. And so I just hated practicing.
My brother was learning the saxophone, and I heard him practicing, and you know, you're kind of insensitive when you're a kid, you know. He was trying to play a couple songs, and he kept hitting wrong notes. And I I came out and I said, aren't there supposed to be sharps or flats in there somewhere? And it really hurt him. And years later, I was trying to play a complicated piano piece, just sight reading through it at a quick pace, and I hit a couple of clinkers. And he said, aren't there supposed to be some sharps or flats in there someplace?
Oh, timing's everything.
He got me back.
Yeah. Well, I started taking practice a little bit more serious in my senior year of high school because I knew how important it was then. I was only like about a sophomore when that happened.
You
And
know
I
that
started
time was
putting-
getting
started
short.
putting
You
hours,
had
yeah.
to move on. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I got
decisions.
2 years later. I got into the conservatory, so I practiced and practiced and practiced from around starting my senior year. I just took it serious.
Did they go on when you got to audition? Did they go on how fast you were in playing it, or
No, they
how
had
accurate?
a certain type music that they wanted to hear to determine
For
your skill.
recital?
It wasn't a recital. It was like just a private one-on-one audition with the teachers and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. All right.
But they told you in advance what they wanted to hear. So I had time to prepare, and I passed it,
Yeah. That takes
and I
a
got
lot.
that scholarship.
I not only passed it, I excelled.
Yeah, I did well. I had a scholarship when I was at the conservatory. I had an $1,800 scholarship. Not bad for a 19-year-old student.
Yeah, it almost
Yeah,
matched your
time.
age.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, have you ever heard this song? I'm going to do it again.
It sounds like it's from like a Dick Tracy movie.
Never heard it? It's called Night in Tunisia. It's got a pretty cool...
Sounds like a movie.
It's not really a piano song. I'm just picking out the first notes.
Sounds like it's from an Alfred Hitchcock movie or something like that.
Never heard that, huh?
What's the name of it?
Night in Tunisia.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's an old jazz classic, you know. It sounds better when you have the sax players and trumpet players and everybody
It
doing
sounds
that.
like a murder mystery movie theme song.
Well, Dizzy Gillespie would be proud to hear that.
Do you know In the Still of the Night by Cole Porter?
Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. If I can remember.
Yes.
I don't remember what comes after this part.
All the times without number.
It's been a while since I've done that.
Okay, that's all right.
You know, I used to do musicals when I was in school. Well, I wasn't the actor, obviously. I was doing the music, but we did like the Pajama Game, The Sound of Music.
See, I was thinking of a different.
Well,
Still
it
of
was
the
like
Night.
stage versions, not the
I didn't know
Julie
there was a
Andrews
different
versions.
Still of the Night.
Oh, that's
I was-
the old rock one.
Yeah, I was thinking in.
And I was thinking Cole Porter.
Of the night.
How about this one here?
Dooby doo. Do wah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, let me do it again.
It's de lovely.
Yeah, something like
It's delicious.
something like that. I don't remember how it goes after that, but yeah.
Yep, they turned that into a commercial.
Oh, did they?
It's delicious.
Well, they give you plenty of time
It's
to prepare for those when
sugar-free.
you're doing the show for real. And I had the sheet music at the time, and it's been so many years. I don't really remember those show tunes. I think the only show tune I could probably do would be Mame.
Are you hot, Bobby?
Da 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 da. Name. Da 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 da. Da.
Hey, pigtails.
Do you know this song?
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Something like that.
Hello, Dolly.
See,
How you doing, honey? What's happening? What's happening, honey? What's happening,
Hello,
hot
Dolly.
stuff? What's happening, hot stuff? No pet will be left without a breath. You're coming through. Okay, yeah. Move the arms. You're coming through. I understand.
Playing.
She likes all these redheads around her. It's just really fabulous.
I know.
So, get her. Fellas, don't ever go away again.
Something like that. It's been a while since I've done that too.
It sounds
did really
familiar.
well.
I've heard that song.
Sure you have.
Yeah, that's Hello Dolly.
You certainly have, I'm sure.
Louis Armstrong, I think. No, Carol Channing, I think, made
Channing
that song
played the role.
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the actual musical.
She was an interesting soul.
And diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Yep, that's the way
Well,
she
so much
sang.
for my Carol Channing impersonation.
Well, you know, Marilyn
Hello,
Monroe is the one who did it in the
Well,
original movie.
hello, darling.
Yeah, I knew that, but she
Right.
did the Broadway
Carol
version.
Channing did this.
Marilyn Monroe had her own version of Diamonds.
Well, you know, some of those Marilyn Monroe movies to me are like, gag me, but
Diamonds are a girl's
Carol Channing was an
best
interesting performer to
friend.
me. She just was perfect at the way she did everything. She had that voice.
She had a big
She was
smile.
definitely
And
one
that-
of a kind.
Yeah, she was. She
They're a real original.
yeah, I really liked
And
her.
I understand she had a brilliant personality and her own
I
ways
think I
of doing
remember her the
things.
most was her
Very
voice and the
original.
big smile she always had. She had just such a big smile, always smiling.
And a very upbeat attitude.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard of Carol Channing? She was a famous,
It sounds familiar.
like, Broadway kind of entertainer. And she always sang that song, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
The name sounds familiar. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she was real lean and wore this fancy outfits. And she just was perfect for that
You have to
role.
stay. You have to wait.
I think, anyway.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I used to watch her on television a lot when I was a little boy growing up. I know what I just thought of. Let's have some fun at memory lane with old movie stars. I'm gonna do some name dropping here.
Oh, okay.
Tell me if you know some of these actors and actresses, like the movie High Noon. Did any of you see that with Gary Cooper? You remember the Hispanic, good-looking actress that was in that film? Katie Gerardo. Do you remember her?
Nope.
No, but I remember Grace Kelly.
Yeah, Grace Kelly was in that too, and basically, Cooper's character had a relationship with Gerardo's character before Grace Kelly came along. So when they go to High Noon Town and his old girlfriend's there, there's like this, you know, cat fight like, and so Gerardo's character's like, you don't have anything to be afraid of me. We're not together anymore. Kind of, you know, it was one of those kind of episodes.
I remember Katharine Hepburn, how she just was so radiant in a lot of the movies she was in. And I can impersonate her when she was old.
She's sitting behind you.
That's Katharine Hepburn. Oh, yes.
Somebody blew it on the hair color.
Whoops, sorry. I scared Pee-wee.
I'm gonna do it again. See if you recognize this song.
Oh, I know that song.
I'll give you a hint. Deep lane, deep lane.
Oh, Fantasy Island.
That was the theme to Fantasy Island.
I don't remember it. I just remember that little guy.
Cuddle Montalband.
No, the little guy.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I just remember that. He was.
Hervé Evangelicus.
Hey, ready, boss.
You know how he
Welcome
prominence,
to
that actor,
Fantasy
is that
Island. You
legit?
sound like a vampire.
He was a bad guy in that James Bond
Oh,
film.
I
Let me make your vampire
little person.
dreams come true.
The bad guy in that film, one of those James
Who's
Bond movies.
first
That's
to
how he
give
got
up
really
the
famous.
neck, please?
He was in those early Bond films. I want to say Dr. No or Goldfinger. It was one of those early
Yeah,
films he was in.
probably Goldfinger.
And I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. And then there was this actor that had this hat with his razors. He said, I think they called him Odd Job or something. He'd take his hat off and go, whoosh, and it had blades in there, and it would chop off the statue's head.
What really caught my attention was
But Hervé was in one of those movies. That's how he got really famous.
Oh, okay.
He was like this real sinister bad guy. And since he was a little person,
It's like a mini
it
me.
worked.
He was kind of like a mini me.
Yeah, he was
was the
just
first
perfect for
mini-me.
that role. I had read about it. I'd read his bio. He was literally almost starving to death as an actor before he got that role in that Bond film.
Too bad he
And
couldn't have
then
done it on
he-
The Wizard of Oz.
Well, he wasn't around at that time,
Yeah.
obviously, because that was in the 30s. But he was just smooth in that Bond film. I wish I could remember the name of it, but there's probably someone watching this show that knows what Bond film I'm talking
There
about.
was a
whatever
few
your name
characters
was.
out of the Bond films that became really, really famous. Like,
Yeah, Hervé was probably the one that came the most famous as far as the characters in the Bond
well,
films.
the black guy on one of the earlier Bonds ones, he actually went off to do commercials for 7-Up.
Oh.
It's the Uncola, ha 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 ha.
Oh, I don't remember his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made himself a name from that.
Yeah.
Keep going.
hmm
Sold a lot of 7-Up.
It was amazing how well acting pays. You would really be surprised. If
It's
you,
all in the timing, you
Yeah,
know.
being at the right place at the right time,
Yeah.
as that old saying goes.
And having a lot of personality, so that way you can play different roles.
hmm Being at the right place at the right time. That happened for Courtney Cox. Do you remember her?
Oh yeah, from
On
Friends.
the television show Friends. You know how she got discovered?
Do you want some juice?
Oh no.
Story has that when she was a young woman, she went to a Bruce Springsteen concert. And she got so taken in the concert, she jumped on
Oh
stage.
yes, they
Dancing.
filmed her. That was her.
Yeah, that was
her.
Courtney Cox as a young woman. And she
Oh.
didn't, I don't think she intended to wreck a concert. She was just having fun, just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
into it. And, they're not going to stop playing when somebody jumps on stage. And she jumped on stage and she got discovered.
Yeah, she made everybody look really, really hot.
She was very young then, too. So.
Now she plays on Cougarville
Mhm.
on CW.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a little story about being at the right place at the right time. You never know. Things like that don't always happen, but when they do, it's pretty cool. So
Spontaneity, it really does go a long way.
you'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised.
Best things happen in life are not planned.
And recognizing something when it comes up.
Yeah,
and
that
act on it
helps.
and take the opportunity when the
That
door
helps, yeah.
half opens.
Being noticeable.
Like Jennifer being part of our show today, so now she'll be able to see herself on TV.
Now she's infamous.
Yeah.
Infamous.
Well, you're. Oh,
Thanks.
I'm first and you're second, sister.
I don't know. What's infamous?
Well, it means
Lasting forever.
known for
and
being bad.
No.
And
Oh, you don't
just
want
like
that.
notorious. So we think it should be famous instead of
Yes,
infamous.
we want you famous, not infamous. Famous.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
infinitely famous. You can do that too.
Yeah, this show when it airs on television, it airs on the computer at the same time.
On YouTube.
This show is
It goes
seen
on
all
YouTube.
around the world. so-
Really?
Yes.
It goes to YouTube and
This show
and
is
then
seen-
MCAT station too.
This show is seen all around the world, so somebody that can't sleep in China might wake up and see you and say, "Who's that pretty girl there?"
Isn't it like what channel 139 on
Well, that's on
cable?
television, but I'm talking about when it's on the computer. It's seen all around the world.
Yeah, YouTube. YouTube's very famous.
Yeah.
See, that's why I always bring this up because I think it's really cool. When he thought he was just being clever and he decides to do Painted Black. Well, he ended up in a personal contest that YouTube stuck him in without his permission.
Yeah.
To the point where the Rolling Stones was playing their clip saying, this is the original way, now this is the way they're doing it now.
Yeah.
And they both were just...
I want to see that. If you have time, let's look that up and see if we can find this in here.
Yeah, it was...
I saw it. I just didn't click on it the other day.
I'd like to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
It was pretty cool. So even if he doesn't go any further in life, you are already infinitely.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's a good song to play on. And, I feel old because I have the recording of the Rolling Stones doing that on the Ed Sullivan Show when they were young.
That was when Mick Jagger looked his
Do you know
best.
Satisfaction?
I know the song, but I don't see how I can play that on the piano because it doesn't have a melody that goes all the way through. Let's see.
Oh.
I can fake my way. Hold it. I'm gonna try.
What about the shadow? Just a shadow away. Just a shadow away. Yeah, the shadow. They just did a Rolling Stones song on The Voice just last night. When it was on there.
Something like that. I can figure it out, probably. But something like that anyway.
With such a fabulous repertoire, you know.
That might be a cool song to put
You
in
might
there,
not
you
have
know.
everything right at your fingertips at that instant.
Yeah. Well, keyboard, what's cool about them is if you have the program where you can make the sheet music, they have it down to a T now where you can pick anything you want on the keyboard from the brass section to percussion and whatever. And with this, and I've seen it on Coyote Ugly, with this disc, you can print that. So you'll have all your instruments printed out on their musical sheet notes. And then you just go find the musicians.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I want to see that clip if you can find it. Jennifer, I hope you had fun. It's almost time to say goodbye on this version of Asaph Cafe.
Kill more
So
people.
nice to have this time together.
Hey, we'll end the show with that. Let's do that.
So nice we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. And before we all know it, time has passed us by. Comes the time we have to say so long.
Do you know that song by chance?
No.
That was on the old original Carol Burnett show. She used to sing that on stage by herself with the
Which
orchestra.
can be seen on
And
me
she'd tug her ear and say,
TV.
so long.
I think.
At 10
yeah, I think I've
p.m.
seen that.
And I think I'll borrow that as I say goodbye. So long, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing our Carol Burnett
Happy
ear
St.
plugging.
Patty's Day! How about Shires to the body store?
And once again, we
Good
have
evening,
Linda.
Mrs. Calabash.
We have Linda Brooks Curtis on my left, and our hostess Patti Reed, and our special guest on my right, Jennifer Sawyer, and our mascot Pee Wee. She's just having fun. Let's do that Carol Burnett again, and then I'll sign off.
Sometimes we have this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. And then before we know it, time has flown. Comes the time we have to say so long.
So long.
And pulling my ear like Carol Burnett until our next show, ladies and gentlemen, Marantha.
And you'll get an earful.
May you find the leprechaun of your dreams on St. Patty's Day.
Give me some.